Thank you guys. Welcome. It's been 2 great days here at DigiMarcon West. We're all sitting in here, and if you looked outside, any of you during the breaks, you're probably like, why can't I be on the beach right now? And we're here in lovely Santa Monica. What I like to do first, it's been, we're almost done with the conference here. Maybe everybody, I think we come here to meet each other, and you try to meet like-minded people. I'd love for everybody just to stand up. If everybody can indulge me and stand up, and then walk to somebody at another table, introduce yourself that you haven't met so far, and just say hello, where you're from. I think this is great. This is why we're here at the conference, and a lot of times we don't meet enough people, so figure get everybody to mingle and come back. So everybody hopefully is making one contact here at the conference, which is the success of the conferences. And we're all like-minded people talking about marketing and advertising and how do we get brands to make them more loyal. Love for everybody to come down and sit down. One of the things I always go back to is Dead Poet Society, and I was looking at the video earlier, the famous scene where he has everybody jump up, and I was going to have everybody jump up on top of the tables, but I was scared that these tables would fall over, so I didn't have everybody do that. But I love that because I think you're always trying to look differently at situations from a different angle, and I think in my success over the years, it's always been looking at things differently and trying to come at it from a different angle. So I want to talk about how we're going to go viral. How do we take videos viral, and how do we make things, catch fire? So you're probably wondering, who am I? I just had you get up and introduce you to each other. I've been in the industry 25 years. I was born in New York. I'm not a diehard New Yorker. I actually moved out when I was 7 years old to the West Coast here. Grew up in Southern California. I went to USC. My father was a writer in the TV and movie industry, and did Rob Reiner's first movie that he directed. It was actually my father's book. I went, after graduating Fox, I worked in advertising and got over to Fox Sports and helped launch Fox Sports. So back in 1997, 96, 97, I started at Fox Sports. I came over to merger with Cablevision, and we launched Fox Sports. And I think it's interesting because Fox Sports was one of the first kind of innovators that they looked at things a little differently and said, there's only 3 broadcasts, even back in the 90s, I'm taking a lot of people way far back, but there was 3 networks. There was ABC, CBS, and NBC, and that's really who you had. Fox came at it differently and said, hey, we're going to create this 4th broadcast network. There was cable networks that were coming along. How did we do that? And they took football, they used sports as a big tool to help grow this 4th network. And everybody knows who Fox is today and the success Fox Sports has had. We use that as our catalyst to launch Fox Sports, the NFL, and then Major League Baseball, and NASCAR, and UFC now, and they've worked in soccer. If you're watching the game tonight, the USA Copa game versus Ecuador. So I launched Fox Sports Net, which is a bunch of the regional sports networks, Fox Sports, FX, Fox College Sports, Fox Soccer Channel, Speed Channel, which was Speed Vision originally, and Fuel and Action Sports Network, of course, and FoxSports.com. Through the years at Fox, we had a lot of people who are now working and running some of the major internet companies, social media companies. Adam Bain, who I talked to earlier this week, actually I was talking to his group this morning, runs Twitter. He's the CEO of Twitter. Ross Levinson, again, former colleague and friend, was at FoxSports.com when I was at Fox Sports, and we worked together extensively, and he was the former CEO of Yahoo. If you're reading the reports, he may be the future CEO of Yahoo. Matt Jacobson was also at FoxSports.com when we first launched that. He was the number 8 employee at Facebook and now runs Instagram. So a lot of these guys are still friends, and we deal with each other. It's amazing that these guys are all now running these major corporations. I launched my agency after leaving Fox Sports, K-Ray Group, and worked with some great brands over the years, K-Swiss, Sonos, which is a speaker company, Discovery Networks, Learfield Sports, which controls the rights to 100 colleges. I left there for a short term over the last 2 years, and I ran the global sales for the UFC. So I was running around the world, hiring agencies. UFC puts on over 40 events a year. We're really a programming company. UFC produces all of their own programming, over 1,000 hours of programming a year. And that was a great experience. We did a lot of great content that we created. Both, we had distribution on traditional, like Fox as our broadcast partner here in the US, and then globally, different markets, we had different broadcast partners. But socially and digitally, we were very avant-garde, trying to push the envelope of what we were doing, and it was a great experience. I left the UFC because I had an opportunity to work with some of the biggest sports leagues globally, and now we're representing the English Premier League, the German Bundesliga, French League One, Italian Series A, Velon, which is the top 11 cycling teams, and Chinese Basketball Association, a bunch of big national properties. I'm also working with Twitter. As you guys all maybe have heard, Twitter is going to be airing on Thursday nights the Thursday night NFL games. They're going to be simulcasting those games, the CBS and NBC games, 10 games this next year. We're working on a pre- and post-game show for them. We're also working with Twitter and advising them on getting rights around the world. So they're trying to get more rights. We'll see what happens if they're bought out by Google at some point soon. Over the years, I've won multiple viral video awards doing stuff for my clients, and I'll get into that a little later, but have a lot of experience working in this industry. The problem I always see is getting consumers to connect with your brand, and it'd be great if we can get people to actually tattoo the logo of your brand on their chest, but how do you get people to really love your brand and want to be a part of it? And I think that sports can be that conduit. It is the greatest drama on TV, and really the passion point for most people in their lives revolve around sports and their sports teams. And if you go tonight and you watch the NBA Finals, or you're watching the Copa game, the USA-Ecuador game, you're going to see in every bar, I guarantee you, and if we went to 20 bars, and we did one on a bar crawl tonight, which you're welcome to come with me and you want to do, but you would see this passion and what people are doing. David Hill was the chairman of Fox Sports, and he recently left, but he was always stressing this to us when I was there at Fox Sports and how important this was. This is just a little video. If you guys are fans with of the English Premier League, this is a video.
Good evening. Leicester City are tonight champions of the Premier League in one of the most extraordinary stories in the history of the game. Written off at the beginning of the season, the club defied the critics and upset huge odds to clinch the title in the last half hour. And they did so without even kicking a ball, after their nearest rivals, Spurs, only managed a draw against Chelsea. For a second day in a row, fans had packed into pubs and bars across the city of Leicester to see if the fairy tale would indeed come true. And it did. Well, our sports editor Dan Roan is outside the King Power Stadium for us tonight. Dan.
Well, this is what it means for Leicester City to become the least likely and probably the most popular Premier League champions there has ever been. Thousands of fans have flooded out onto the streets of the city. Many of them, as you can probably see and hear, are behind me here at their home, the King Power Stadium, where at the weekend they'll be presented with the Premier League trophy. Let's not forget, they were 5,000 to 1 rank outsiders to win this league before the season began, but they have done it. They have turned the sports world upside down. Fairy tale complete. They are the new champions. Yes, the new champions of the Premier League. Here's the story of the night.
The final chapter in sport's greatest story. This what it means to the city of Leicester tonight to see their team become the new and most unlikely Premier League champions there's ever been. This afternoon, mastermind Claudio Ranieri had rearranged his travel plans, the manager flying back early from a day trip to Rome to watch the decisive match at Stamford Bridge. His players choosing to view the game together at the home of star striker Jamie Vardy.
So this is one example, and I'm going to show you another example of sports and just how passionate it is. And you don't see people jumping up and down and going crazy like this, or cheering, or when they're going out and shopping for a product.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining.
Again, they broke the record. If you're a UFC fan, if you remember, Ronda Rousey had a huge run this last year, and then she had her fight, and fans were very shocked when this happened in her last fight.
Stayed light on her feet. She was in excellent shape. Look at this. Ronda's hurt here. Boom! Head kick goes down, and Holly is all over. And that was one of the keys to victory.
In the news across the board for us at the UFC, on every newscast globally, and people were tuning in, and not even if they saw it, they were watching the clips of this. And we saw incredible spikes in how many people are doing it. And then the game tonight, but if this was the World Cup or the Olympics, you see this fan reaction.
Jones. Jones.
I feel there's ways on top of that you can take and create viral videos, and we've done that with some of our clients that will connect you into their sports teams and make people really passionate about their sports. And the key is, I know they brought up earlier brand love, but I think we all want your brand to be loved. And how do you get people to love your brand? You associate it with their passion points and what consumers are really passionate about. So how do you create passion points? You create compelling content. That's what we've done. We've created brand fuel. If you can really ignite this fuel, you can make things blow up. And I've seen that happen. If you're a fan of Old Spice, or you've followed this at all, over the last 5 years, they've become the #1 selling deodorant in the world. And when they first started, they had maybe 8% market share. Now I believe they're over 40% market share. And they did it, Smell Like a Man campaign, and they used viral videos to really kind of take their brand to another level. And there's no real differentiation between different deodorants, but they tapped into that sports and tapped into the passion of fans and doing something a little different. What I thought was one of the things they did that really kind of surprised light, that really blew people away, was during Christmas they gave away a Santa Claus gift to everybody, and what it was a very simple app that everybody could get, and it made it very simple for people to be able to get a gift and get a reward, and it didn't cost Old Spice really. I think it was $5,000. They said the head of marketing told me one time that it cost him to do this campaign, and they gave away. They say $1 billion.
To all the people outnumbered by murderous predatory cats in their countries, and also continents that start with a vowel, my gift to you is a website that lets you create heart-stopping, eye-shredding explosions at your leisure. And since every single person in the world likes explosions, enjoy.
You had a hand app, and you had a hand, you could just push your button, and then he would push it and it would show explosion. And it was brilliant, and you could keep doing it. Actually, I think you can still pull it up now. They still have it up there, so you can, if you want to try it, you can go online. It's pretty addicting too, because it's different things blowing up that you're blowing up, which is kind of fun. K-Swiss was a brand that I worked for years. They were kind of in the doldrums, coming out of the 2008, 2009. They were trying to find their way. They're competing against the biggest and the best marketers in the world: Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, and they're trying to figure out how do we get some share of voice? How do we break out a color, get that young male, 18 to 34-year-old, 18, 24-year-old, to recognize us and say, hey, we're a little cool. Their sales were going the wrong way. They weren't getting the shelf space they wanted to. They're working into the right retailers. So we decided to take a little different angle when we were creating this for K-Swiss. We said, we're going to sign a ex-player that is not even a real athlete. He's just a character on a show on HBO. So I'm not sure if anybody saw this campaign or the multiple campaigns we did, but this was the first one when we signed him, Kenny Powers. And this is a commercial one of the commercials we ran.
Excellence, tubes. Achievement, tubes. Attention, tubes. I have all these things and more, and so can you. Hello, how are you? I'm Kenny Powers, world-class athlete. Scientists at K-Swiss considered everything when they designed tubes. A lightweight, extra durable construction, enough support to melt your face off, and a soul made of tubes that are tuned to how your body moves. Tubes! Uriah Faber can rip your arm off. Jeremy Shockey, nice to children, mean to the weight room. Patrick Willis runs like a cheetah, hits like a super pissed rhino. So do yourself and the rest of the people who have to look at your disgusting body a favor. Get the tubes and get training. Tubes. If you don't like them, then change your mind.
And we signed him like he was a real athlete. We actually had a longer form video of him signing as an athlete. It did incredibly well. We became the #1 viral video for a month straight. We were competing head to head with, big spenders, i.e. the people at Old Spice who were throwing out videos every day. And it was amazing. We won a bunch of awards. We came back the next year with an even bigger campaign, and we kind of blew the top off and spent a little more money in pushing it out. And we did a longer form video that was very popular. And hopefully, excuse me because there's some profanity in this, but we're trying to target, just so you see, trying to target younger male demographic and be cool and authentic. So there is some profanity in this, but I think you'll be entertained. And this really went and took off in terms of popularity and took our shoe sales to another level. It also got us into Foot Locker with a key display in the middle of their store and on all their video screens for a month straight, which was unheard of for K-Swiss before this. Oh.
Some athletes just want the endorsement deal. Some do it for the fame/Poontang. The smartest shit ones get into business, but no one has ever done what I've just fucking done. I own 51% of K-Swiss stock.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I'm fucking in and you're fucking out. Now get the fuck out of my chair. Konnichiwa, bitches. I'm Kenneth Powers, the new motherfucking CEO of K-Swiss. You're thinking, Kenny Powers, why in the fuck would you want to be the CEO of a business when you could easily just be out living the life of a functioning derelict? Well, the answer is simple. I'm changing the sports world. I want to get everybody to stop acting like goddamn pussies all the time. So I didn't just sign the baddest athletes. I hired them to run the company. What's up, dog? I killed you. I started the rebuilding process by enlisting all-pro quarterback Matt goddamn Castle to command my high-powered marketing offense.
K-Swiss Tubes. We let the dogs out. Emphasis on we.
Who did it? We did it. It's good, Castle.
K-Swiss Tubes. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
It's incredible. Touchdown. Fantastic concepts, Castle. Me and Matt Castle just fucked you up, dog. I brought in John Bones Jones to run HR, raise morale.
Shorter lunches, what is that shit? Oh, fuck that. I'm taking a long lead.
And for Director of Community Outreach, I got the ultimate people person, Jillian Michaels.
You want to look like a burrito in your prom dress, huh, Blondie? Bleed, bitch! Bleed!
Lastly, I brought in Rey Mysterio, head up security. Safety is priority number 1. My safety. What's up, Josh Cox? Let's push this shit to the max. Now that K-Swiss is bigger than cable television and or drugs, everybody's trying to get up in my fucking slacks. All right, you bitch. Mark Cuban, you want to play hardball with me? I'm tired of fucking around. I will pay you $25 million if you change your team's name to the Dallas K-Swiss Tubes.
Quit wasting my time, Kenny.
Before you say anything, prepare to shut the fuck up.
I'm thinking you're a dumbass, Kenny.
I'm making marketing that touches my audience deep inside. K-Swiss Power Cologne. Who knew you could bottle the scent of a boner?
Mr. Powers, I have Michael Bay on line 1.
Finally, motherfucker. Cello.
Kenny, how are you?
All right, man. Here, listen up, all right? Fuck commercials. I want you to direct a K-Swiss fucking movie. Here's the concept, okay? It's all about how I'm like kick-ass in sports, top my game, now I'm an awesome CEO, and then these jealous terrorists, they bust into the compound I'm living in, and they basically drop all these bombs and shit on me, and I'm totally dead. All that's left is my brain, my dick, and the tubes. And all these scientists basically find those parts with the help of some local school children. And make me into a humongous, this is where your expertise comes in, transformer.
That's riveting, Kenny. So you want me to direct you in a K-Swiss autobiography where I rebuild you as a transformer with a human brain and penis.
And tubes. So I'm lubing the motherfucking deals, doing shit other sports companies are too pussy to even dream of. Gentlemen, I present to you the athlete of the future. Fuck you! Wearing the training shoe of the future. Tubes. Lightweight, breathable, upper, top part where the laces are. Kill that motherfucker, Patrick Willis. That's right. I'm turning shit on its goddamn head. I'm changing the sports world. I'm changing the business world. Don't smell like shit. Nice. Awesome. No, I'm even changing the goddamn world. Now that is how you run a company like Kenny Powers. Hot secretary, give me the president on the line. I just got tired of paying taxes.
We pushed the envelope, and hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it wasn't too over the top, but it helped K-Swiss take their shoe sales to another level. We doubled our shoe sales that year. Again, don't be afraid. I know people are saying, 10, 12 second. We had shorter clips to get people enticed, but you can do longer content, and it works. And it really can tie into your brand and help drive sales and take you to another level. Foot Locker was overjoyed with the creative, and at first everybody was like, I don't think I could do this. But once they started to see the responses and the business that was coming in and how people were responding, it kind of took things to another level, and we were very excited with it. Bud Light is a brand that I've worked with for years, but at UFC we were really close partners with them, and they've done a really amazing job of creating some great content and as brand fuel to really help blow up their brand and take them to another level and get away from just showing hot guys and girls out at the beach and playing and playing volleyball and out at the water. They've gone and really pushed their brand to another level and said, hey, we're going to talk about how this brand, Bud Light, will make your living better. So we did a whole video in a contest where we had a contestant win a trip out and become a champ for a week. And this is the video that shows that. And this really, they credit this as being one of the most successful Bud Light Living campaigns they've ever done in terms of the feedback and responses. Oh. Not sure if I can get this.
That's GSP, former UFC welterweight champion. And that's me. And for 1 week, I got to live like a champion. And it all started with a phone call on the Bud Light living line.
Hey buddy, it's Dana White from the UFC. How'd you like to come to UFC 186 in Montreal?
Hey, Tommy.
Dana, man. What's up, Tommy? Nice to meet you. Here's your belt. You are the Bud Light living champion. They give you a free Bud Light?
Send me a copy.
Hey guys, welcome to the TriStar Gym. If you're carrying the belt, you gotta train like a champion.
Whatever you do, please don't move. Congratulations, Tommy. I hope there's no money, no belt on the line, because I swear to God I'd come take that too.
Hey, turn it down. What are you guys doing in here? You want to make some noise?
Yes.
Let's go. It's time for Hot Wings! Tommy, this is round 5. You have no time to stop. Get it down, get it down. It's time to start Bud Light Living!
And this was just the beginning.
Check this out.
So I think it's just brilliant. Bud Light's done this with a bunch of other things, but you're taking people and giving them that experience that can push them to another level. And then we've created viral videos off of that and content that really make connect with people and say, hey, I want to be a part of that. That's who I want to be. Again, coming back to brand love, I mean, I think the big things that you have to concentrate on when you're trying to create viral videos, and what we've concentrated on is surprise and delight. Blow people away. You want to be different. You want to get outside the clutter. There's so much clutter out there. How do you be authentic to your brand and push the envelope and stand for more than just the bottom line? I think a lot of times you're thinking about just making money, and if you have to get away from that and try to do something that's a little different, that stands for something that's more than just maybe making profit. It's really giving something to your customer. Treat content as brand fuel. It can explode and it can become a great tool for promoting your brand and pushing it to another level. Create experiences and adventures and that take your client, your customers or clients to another level, places they couldn't go without having this experience that make them laugh, make them want to be a part of it. And then I think making it personal really helps and pushes to another level. Again, content, you're blowing people away, creating great content. Utilize influencers. I think there's some people, actually Evan's talking later, you can tap into influencers to help make things viral and make it go, content become, blow up and become really, sticky and people wanting to look at it. You can strategically place it in areas for consumption. We use Funny or Die, we use Break, we used a bunch of different groups that were helping us kind of push these videos and get them out there. Evoke high arousal emotions, make it simple and quickly to consume, and be relevant and newsworthy. Those are all kind of some of the things that we would always kind of look at when we're coming back to things again that made our videos go viral. Again, I thank you guys for letting me come up here and speak. If you're looking to really push the envelope, I think sports can be a great avenue, and I think the most important thing is blow people away, but you can use athletes, you can use teams, you can use their passion towards some passion point, but I think sports is their biggest passion point for most people, and you'll see that tonight when you're at the bars or out at restaurants watching. You'll see how much passionate people are, and I know a lot of people in here probably have asked you to raise your hands. I probably, who is going to watch the game tonight, whether it be the Golden State or the soccer game. You're into it. You can see there's a big majority that really like to follow that, and that's just one group set that you can really target the different people. So, as I was saying, blow people away. if I can get this to work. That was about it. But thank you guys. I think what was nice about this is that we also did shirts that said, "I'm the CEO, you should have." So I still have a couple of those left. But thanks to everybody for their time. Not sure time-wise where we're at. Well, any questions? Thanks, everybody. Thank you for your time.